All right, today we are doing section 8.6, and that's solving systems of linear equations by graphing. So this is similar to something we did in chapter 7, where we're solving a system of linear equations, except we're going to now graph it. Okay, so number 1, a plane left Miami traveling 300 miles per hour. After the plane had traveled 1,200 miles, a jet started along the same route flying 500 miles per hour. Graph the system of linear equations. How long after the jet takes off will it catch the plane, and what distance will the jet have traveled? Okay, so we're going to look at the time that the jet flies would be like X, and the time that the distance in miles that the jet flies would be like Y. So if we look at two equations, so if we look at one for the jet, that would be D equals 500 T, because the jet is going at 500 miles per hour. And then if we look at the equation for the plane, we're looking at D equals 300 T plus 1200, because the plane is going at 300 miles per hour and it traveled 1200 miles before the jet took off. So then we're going to need to look at graphing. So if we first graph the jet, let's say that each one of these is going up by 1. So this would be 2, 3, 4. I can't write very good on here. 5, 6. And then if each of the y-axis, maybe if you go up by 1,000, so this would be, or each one is 500. So this would be 1,000. This right here would be 2,000. And then 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Okay, so to graph the jet, you would start at your intercept, which would be a plus 0. So you're going to put a point at 0, 0. And then you're going to have to, your slope is 500 over 1. So you go up 500, right 1, put a point. Up 500, right 1. Up 500, right 1. Up 500, right 1. Sorry, I'm trying. It's not super easy on this Chromebook. Up 500, right 1. Up 500, right 1. Okay, until you can draw a line. And you can just imagine that being straight. And then with your plane, you're going to need to make an XY chart, because it's going to be a little bit more difficult to calculate those numbers. So if I made an XY chart, let's say I start with 2, 3, 4, and then maybe 5 and 6. Okay, and then when I plug those numbers in, I'm going to take 300 times the number and then plus 1,200. So for 2, you're going to get 1,800. 3 is 2,100. 4 is 2,400. 5 is 2,700. 6 is 3,000. Okay, so then if we go and graph these numbers, so for 2, I'm going to have to go up to 1,800, which is in between 1,500 and 2,000. Also, if I were to have plugged in 0, I would have gotten, if I would extend that 0, I would get 1,200. So I'm going to put a point at 0, 1,200 too. So around there. Okay. 3 is 2,100. So a little bit above 2,000. 4 is 2,400. 5 is 2,700. So maybe about right there. And then 6 is